In a thrilling display of skill and determination, Richie Rude celebrated a remarkable victory in the Air DH event at Whistler, just a day after conquering the challenging Garbanzo Downhill. Meanwhile, Jenna Hastings emerged victorious in the elite women's category, showcasing her prowess on the mountain. The legendary Anneke Beerten, known as the first queen of Crankworx, made a poignant exit from competitive riding, marking her retirement with a heartfelt celebration on the A-line track. For most people, the thought of tackling the grueling Garbanzo Downhill would be daunting, leaving them utterly exhausted and in need of a long rest. However, Richie Rude is not like most people. He managed to clinch the Air DH title approximately 24 hours after his triumph on the Garbanzo course, setting a blistering benchmark time of 4:15.719. Only two competitors came close to his impressive time. Tyler Waite from New Zealand, who secured a silver medal with a time of 4:18.509, and Dane Jewett from Squamish, who earned a bronze with a time of 4:18.817. It was definitely a tough day, Rude reflected. My arms were pretty worn out after Garbo, but I still had some energy to pedal. I started practice slowly, but I had to find my rhythm on A-line. It's crucial to stay low on the jumps and maintain speed through the berms. Fortunately, this track allows for a high average speed, which is great for racing, though it can be intimidating at times with the big holes and the risk of overshooting jumps. In the elite women's race, last year's RockShox Canadian Open DH champion, Jenna Hastings, claimed victory with a time of 4:43.461. Taylor Osgaard finished just behind her in second place with a time of 4:47.747, narrowly edging out Amy Morrison, who clocked in at 4:47.776. Unfortunately for Georgia Astol, a dropped chain hindered her performance, leaving her in fourth with a time of 4:49.260. In a touching moment during the event, Anneke Beerten made her way to the boneyard, accompanied by a group of female riders who came together to honor her retirement. This emotional farewell followed a tragic traffic accident in August 2020, which resulted in a traumatic brain injury for Beerten. During an interview in the finish area, she was visibly moved as hundreds of fans applauded and cheered for her. Anneke won the Queen of Crankworx title the very first year it was held in my hometown, Rotorua, and I wasn't there in 2015, unfortunately, Hastings shared. I met her a couple of days ago, and she said she hadn't met me before. I reminded her that she had, but I was just a child back then. We took a picture together, and it's really inspiring to see someone I looked up to closing out her career. Reflecting on her own performance, Hastings admitted to feeling unwell just hours before her race. After taking a short nap, she gathered her strength and focused on giving her best effort, ultimately achieving her goal. For those unfamiliar with her story, Beerten was involved in a serious car accident when another driver ran a red light and crashed into her vehicle. This incident led to a series of debilitating symptoms, including nausea, vertigo, memory loss, headaches, and insomnia. Despite the unwavering support from her sponsors and her own determination during rehabilitation, Beerten made the difficult decision to retire about a year after the accident. Her impressive career includes 3 world championships in 4-cross and 2 in BMX, as well as being the inaugural Queen of Crankworx. In 2019, she was honored with the Crankworx World Tour Spirit Award for her contributions to the mountain biking community. We always hope to inspire the next generation of riders, and knowing that I have done so is incredibly fulfilling, Beerten expressed. I'm grateful to everyone who supported me in getting back here for one final run, allowing me to find closure. It couldn't have been more perfect. This was just wonderful. As Beerten reached the top of A-line on Tuesday afternoon, she was pleasantly surprised to find several fellow riders, including Red Bull Rampage champion Robin Gooms, Harriet Burbage-Smith, and Casey Brown, joining her for a celebratory lap, choosing camaraderie over competition. I met Anneke during my first Crankworx in 2014, when I was racing in the Enduro World Series, and she was a prominent rider sponsored by Specialized. It was such an honor to see her at the top and give her a big hug. It's truly special to witness her return, Astle recalled. Caroline Buchanan, a two-time queen of Crankworx, who finished 7th in the Air DH, shared her thoughts. Anneke is someone I've had intense rivalries with, and she has inspired countless girls in the sport. Competing against her in 4Cross, Crankworx, and BMX has been a significant part of my journey. Fans may have noticed the absence of Jill Kintner, a dominant force in Air DH, with 10 gold medals among her 45 Crankworx accolades. Unfortunately, a crash during practice left the 3-time world champion unable to compete. It's been a wild ride, and I'm grateful for the positive impact I've made over the years, Kintner posted on social media. It was chaotic out there, and I got distracted for a moment, which led to my crash. Astle also faced challenges during practice, attributing her mishap to miscalibrated equipment after the demanding Garbanzo event. Although she made adjustments, a chain failure early in her Air DH run cost her valuable time. Before I lost my chain, I was trying to be conservative and smooth. Once that happened, I knew I had to hit every berm perfectly since I couldn't pedal out of them. I had to dig deep for both Garbo and today, so I'm proud of myself for staying focused. Buchanan remains composed as she continues to accumulate points this season, now totaling 621, just 13 points behind Sabina Kosharkova for second place overall. Kosharkova struggled in Whistler, finishing 15th on A-line, while Geordie Scott secured 8th place, maintaining her lead with 836 points. Although Buchanan isn't fixated on the Queen title this year, she aims to finish as the top female slalom athlete, a goal she is well positioned to achieve. Ryan Gilchrist, who had previously won the Air DH in 2024, faced a setback this time due to a mechanical issue, finishing in 62nd place with a time of 7:11.579. Despite this, he remains at the top of the King rankings with 984 points, but his lead is now vulnerable to challengers Jackson Frew and Tegan Cruz, who are close behind with 779 and 761 points, respectively. Cruz finished in 4th place with a time of 4:19.361, navigating a course he described as slippery, soft, and rocky. Frew followed closely in 5th with a time of 4:20.444. Jewett, who narrowly avoided a fall early in his run, managed to secure a podium finish despite not having a flawless performance. Exhausted but elated, he remarked, "It's just constant jumps and pumping, so you have to exert every muscle in your body. I was completely spent at the bottom, but I'm thrilled I managed to stay upright." I don't really prepare specifically for Air DH. My background in BMX helps, and I switched to my trail bike for extra speed. I didn't expect to be this close to the podium, especially as a first-year elite rider, so I'm really excited about this achievement. For more details and results, visit https://prankworx.com/results.